Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Day 6 of Python Learning Series. Today we will learn about the conditional statements. So conditional statements are like decision making tools in programming. Imagine you are making choices in real life like whether to carry an umbrella or not. Similarly, computers use the conditional statements to make choices based on certain conditions. If something is true, the program does one thing. If it is not true, it may do something else or nothing at all. So, this is important because it helps programs become smart and react to different situations. For example, a game can decide if a player wins or loses based on their score, or a website can show different messages based on your login status. In programming, the most common conditional statements are if else, if else, and switch case. Don't worry about the switch case. We have switch case in C programming. In Python language, we don't have switch case. So coming to the if statement, the if statement is most basic kind of conditional because it checks if something is true, and if it is it runs some code. If the condition is not true, it simply skip the code. So think of it like one way decision. For example, we'll take a real world example, like if it is raining, take an umbrella. If it is not raining, do nothing. So this is useful when we only want something to happen under one specific condition. For example, in a banking app, if your bank balance is below to a certain amount, it might show a warning. So because your balance is fine, it does not show anything, like, right? So we will see an example here. We'll see it in a Python language, like if is raining, we'll take a variable like is raining equals to true. So we'll take a if condition here. If is raining is true, it will execute that statement and it will print like take an umbrella. So we assigned the value true to the is raining. So here the if condition is true, then it will print take an umbrella. Here the output is take an umbrella. Now we will see if else statement. An if else statement adds another option to the basic if. So if the condition is true, one thing happens, but if it is false, something else happens instead. So think of it like if you are hungry, eat food, else you'll take rest. So the program always chooses one path, else the if statement or the else statement. So this helps in situations where you always want to respond no matter the result. So for example, an app can show you welcome message if you are logged in or ask you to sign in if you are not. So it ensures the user sees something either way, right? We'll see the example, then you'll get more clarity. So here we have given the variable he's hungry is false. So now if we want to execute the if statement, it won't execute because we have declared that we have given, like we have assigned the false to the he's hungry, and we are writing the condition if he's hungry. The if statement is false, right? Print statement under the if condition won't execute. It directly jumps into the else statement and it will print take a rest. I think you got it clearly now. Next, we will move to the if else statement. Here, sometimes you have more than two choices. That's when if else comes in. You check multiple conditions one by one. As soon as it finds one that's true, and it runs that block and skips the rest. So if none of the conditions are true, it goes to the else part at the end. So this is helpful when you are dealing with the several possible cases. For instance, if you are checking the temperature, your program can say it's hot or it's pleasant or it's cold depending on the value. So it helps you to make the decisions in a step by step way, just like you would in real life, right? So we'll say example. Here temperature equals to 10. So if temperature is greater than 30, no, it's false here. Then we'll go to the else if statement. Now, temperature is greater than or equals to 15. No, it is also false here. So it will directly jump into the else statement and it will print it's cold. Here, if statement is false and else if statement is also false, so it directly jumps into the else statement. You can keep number of else if statements as many as you want. There is no limit, like you don't have any limit to keep the else if statement. You keep an if statement and you can write number of else if statements under the if statement. So you can use it for writing the multiple conditions. If all the statements are false, then it will directly jump into the else statement. So you can keep one statement for else and you can check number of conditions in else if and else if statements. Now we will see nested if statements. So a nested if means putting one if statement inside another. It's like making a second decision after the first one is already true. So for example, if it's your birthday, then check your age. If you're 18 or older, say you're an adult now. Else you say happy birthday kid. So this is useful for making more specific decisions. It helps the programmers to be more precise. For example, a website might first check if your user is logged in and then you check if they are an admin. So if both are true, then it shows special settings, right? So this way the program does not waste time checking extra things unless it needs to. So here we'll see the example here. So we have given is birthday equals to true. So here writing the if condition inside a if condition is a nested if. I think it's clear. And we have given is birthday equals to true and age equals to 17. So here the condition is if is birthday, the condition is true here. So it will enter into the if statement block. Here it will execute the code of the if statement. Inside the if there is one more if statement called like age is greater than or equals to 18 here. So here the condition is false. It is we have given age equals to 17 and the condition is age is greater than or equals to 18. Here the condition is false, then it jumps into the else statement. Here else it will print a happy birthday kid. Here the if statement is true, the if statement inside the if statement is false, then it will print the else statement. I think you got it. Like the first if statement is true, second if statement is false, then it executes the else block like happy birthday kid. So today we have covered the different types of conditional statements and how they help the programs make smart decisions. So that's all for today. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.